And hey guys, whoa, it's just Ryan.
Just me.
Let's
fucked
fix
up.
that. Is that? Let's go DM 2-shot. Hey everybody, welcome back to Deus Ex Metagame. Behind the scenes. This is I think we should start doing this. I think it's a lot of fun. We're gonna just go over the first campaign, talk about what could have happened, what did happen, the choices you guys made, just give you like a DM perspective. And of course, joining me today is my good friend Ryan.
Yep.
And we will be have a nice little guest here. I think that could be fun. So Ryan, first off, what did you think of that campaign?
It's a lot of fun, actually.
Yeah, I think.
I feel like a lot of strong bonds were made, and a lot of strong bonds were broken during this campaign.
I think you're referring to your character arc with Skittles. With what was his character's name? Sir Umbrella?
Don't forget about Gritzy.
Gritzy, rest in peace, Gritzy.
Pour one out for the
spoilers.
homie.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the first campaign, this video might not make a lot of sense to you. So maybe check that out first, or not, or if you just want to get a DM perspective. But yeah, so I think how we could do this is I could just go over, like, put the map on the screen and then just go over everything that we're gonna do, that we did in the campaign, everything that could have happened. Yep. So let's see if I could figure out how to do that, because Tom is normally our stream guy. So how about let's switch to this screen right here. Okay. So this right here, this is like where you guys kind of started. Right over there. So basically, right over here, this is where Gritzy the Goblin was. He was like chilling right over there.
Uh-huh.
And you guys were... I kind of realized how that encounter was going to go. It was going to go one of two ways right off the bat.
Yeah.
I thought you guys were either just going to take him out immediately without even interacting with him, or you guys were going to try to befriend him and let him inside. I thought if that happened, you guys were going to keep him alive.
I mean, the plan was to keep him alive.
And then what changed your mind? What made you realize that this guy's got to go?
Honestly, he wouldn't have stopped talking, and it kind of really annoyed me.
Oh, it was just down to that.
It was pretty much down to that. And we made it very obvious that my character gets off on killing things. So the combination of two just fueled the spark to just... It had to come down to his death.
I thought that you decided to kill him because he was bragging about killing... It was revealed that orc that you guys killed, the one he stabbed in the back, it was revealed that was his best friend.
Yeah.
And then I thought at that point, you're like, oh, he's going to kill his best friend, which means he's going to kill us too.
No, I didn't think anything like that.
Oh, well, that changes the write-up that I did, but...
Yeah.
Not really. But, yeah, so that was kind of the plan with Gritzy. I knew Gritzy was going to... I wanted your first encounter to be RP.
If you watched the campaign, you could tell that my character had very little patience for anything. Yeah,
that sounds like another character that you had, who we may be seeing in the near future. Who knows? So Arnold, not Sir. He wasn't a Sir. He was a pirate. Arnold the Dread Pirate. And then over here we have like the actual the battleground for the first one. And well, this is what the whole thing looked like. Roll20's got a lot of cool things that I could use. I could reveal the area to the player like that, and just suddenly everything opens up. So I try to keep you guys in the dark so you don't see what tricks that I have. But I had to do a couple of DM tricks. Like one of the ones that I had is I knew all of your abilities. I knew you guys had the ability to summon rocks. I knew Mark had a flame shield that never got used. You had a shield, which I can't find anywhere, but I had the graphic for it, and I was going to have the shield move around whenever you tossed it. Oh, yeah, I did. And then I forgot where I put it. I guess I probably deleted it. But yeah, just a couple of cool things that I wanted to do is just throw some graphics on there. Like you have this effect thing that it might not show up. Oh, it's working. Sometimes it doesn't work on my screen, but it'll work on the player screen. But yeah, you can do things like that. You could change it into a breath attack, which was very handy. You guys were a big fan of that. Well, specifically this one, the fire breath. That was fun. I really liked this part right over here when it was Skittles was hiding behind this, and he rolled a 1 while his dragon lit everything on fire.
Yep.
I thought, oh wow, he's literally behind coal, or it even looks like gunpowder. Gunpowder is perfect. So, just had it explode. That was amazing. Such a great graphic.
Amazing for you, not for me.
Yeah, you were in that too. I forgot. You tripped. That was hilarious. That was one of my favorite moments. Was when you literally tripped
into the burning
coal and burned your face.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna have to change her graphic. Basically, I have to take the graphic and I'm gonna have to put like burn marks all over Madame Sir Hollow's face.
Yeah.
In case we ever see her again.
Now I have 2 ugly characters.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie. I'm really shocked that that so many of you guys died too. Technically, there were 5 of you and 3 of you died.
Yeah.
Because Skittles continued his trend. You know, back when we were doing Curse of Strahd, which for those who don't know, that's how we started. We did a Curse of Strahd campaign, and Skittles was he just rolled so bad.
Poorly.
There was one time when he rolled out of 5 rolls, 4 of them were 1s.
That was
and I just, it's like one of those things where you're like, you know, you tell a story and you're like, no, I definitely exaggerated that fact. Or did I? Did it really happen that way? No, it actually happened that way. He actually rolled. It wasn't 4 1s in a row. Sometimes I exaggerate the story to make it sound like that.
But it was pretty much 4 1s.
It was pretty much 4 1s in a row. Basically, the story that happened is... And me and Mark want to do a video that covers everything with Curse of Strahd, so you guys get caught up, you know, in case you want to watch. Basically, he killed Strahd's lover, the main bad guy. He killed his lover accidentally because he accidentally dropped her off of a building while he was holding a ladder. And then he tried to scoop her up with the ladder, and that was the second one. And by doing that, he accidentally hit her with the ladder. He tried to scoop her up again. At that point, he dropped the ladder. This is why there's a ladder in the... that's how Skittles dies in the intro, from a ladder and arrows. It's homage to this. So he accidentally hits the poor girl with the ladder and then drops the ladder on her from 150
There was somebody else in there,
feet.
too. It wasn't just her. Somebody else was hit with the ladder, too.
Tom's
Somebody else
character.
fell.
Yeah, Tom's character
Yeah.
fell, too. Both of them got hit. Tom's character was a lot stronger because I followed a trope I found on Reddit for this particular character. And the trope that I followed turns her into like a Disney princess-type character. So she's kind of helpless. I thought that would be really funny. Normally she's a badass, and I didn't want her to be a badass because you guys already had a lot of firepower. So I gave you guys a damsel in distress. And holy shit, did you guys distress the hell out of her.
But she didn't die from the ladder.
No, she didn't die from the ladder.
She didn't die from the fall either.
No, she was unconscious, and then Skittles rolled that last inevitable one that I had to kill her with. He pulled out a bow and arrow to try and distract the main bad guy, who watched all this unravel in disbelief, and he pulls out the arrow. He rolls a 1 again, trying to distract him with the bow and arrow, and he pierces her skull and kills her. And anyone who's ever played Curse of Strahd knows the name of the character that I'm referring to here. But if you kill her right in the beginning, it messes everything up. It's like, it's unredeemable, and I had to change the whole campaign at that point. And I'm glad it happened because it was hilarious what ended up happening, like the whole aftermath of all that. And it kind of created one of my favorite characters that we will definitely be seeing in the future. But that was just, that was ridiculous. Well, NPCs. Arnold's definitely one of my favorites. But no, it's another character. You guys will meet her. But,
Oh, God.
yeah, no, that was basically what Skittles would do. That was his thing. He would just always roll poorly.
He would always fuck up.
And like in combat, sometimes he would do pretty well, but outside of combat, his rolls were just so bad, and it was great. I think at one point during the campaign, I was even like, Skittles, no, you ruined everything again. I don't remember what part it was, but
It was when we were, it was when we got to the tree, and I was trying to steal the book from inside the tree, and my character successfully rolled like 17 to 20 on every roll, and I snuck through the tree, stole the book, got onto the tree, and then we're about to escape the encounter when he stepped on a twig and alerted the wizard, the sorcerer, or whatever.
No, that was that one encounter in Strahd. I mean, in this campaign, there was another moment when Skittles had one of those inevitable plot-changing ones.
It was at the end.
I think it... I remember being towards the end before he died.
It was when I picked the crystal, the diamond.
And we'll get to the end. We definitely will. For this encounter, I thought, my intention was to trick you guys with the archers. But I think that was kind of my fault. I think I opened up this area right here way earlier than I should have. And you guys saw that there was at least one archer there. But that was the whole fun of that. There was like 8 goblins, and it was cool because I had a list in case you guys wanted to ask me information about them. So every single one of those NPCs were named.
Yeah.
And it's just something I like to do because you never know with you guys. So in case you try to interact with one or accidentally make a useless NPC like the main character, which you guys have the tendency to do, you never go for the NPCs that I create. You guys go for the ones that I create, or the ones that are just like a joke. Like you guys like these 2 characters that I created for Strahd that were based off of Daniel and David.
Oh my god! Don't remind me of those fucking guys, clowns.
But you guys loved them, and the whole point was I put them in there because that was the last.
We did not love them. We fucking scream and cried every single time they came on.
You guys
screen.
loved interacting with them.
We did not.
And that was the fun part, is that because in that campaign they're vampires, so they're gonna keep coming back. You don't have to necessarily follow that trope, but I did because I thought that'd be fun. I thought it would be really cool to make that's one of the things you're supposed to do with Strahd. You're supposed to make it like you guys are fucked. No matter what you do, you can't win.
But we won.
Yeah, of course. I kind of decided that you guys were going to be on that path. I railroaded you guys really hard when we were doing Strahd. I did. But now that we're in like the main camp, now we're in this. Now we're in Deus Ex Metagame. Now I'm not going to railroad you guys anymore because I really like that you guys are. The moments you guys create that are just natural, the times when you make me facepalm in the middle of the camera, that's the whole point. That's why I love. Not a lot of DMs do this with the 1s and 20s. They'll just 1s and 20s are just mechanical things. They won't make crazy things happen when you get those numbers. I don't like that though. Like the first stream that I really got that inspired me was even before Critical Role was U Realms Live, and the guy who runs that, he's crazy because like what he does is he will, whenever they roll a 1 or whenever they roll a 20, just it's like how we do it. It's everything shit hits the fan.
Yeah.
Whether it's for the enemies or for you, crazy things happen, and he goes even crazier because like they have donation events, and then whenever you donate enough money to that event, then these even crazier twists happen every single encounter.
Jeez.
And I think for our group, that would definitely make encounters last a really long time. But for their group, it's hilarious, and it makes a lot of the humor in the show. And I think they're a good one to compare us to because we're like going for like a comedy focus with our show. But I try to keep everything grounded. Like I literally have rules for the lore, and you guys will see that next week. In the Harry Potter campaign, Harry Potter themed one. It's not actually taking place in Hogwarts. It's like a Hogwarts knockoff for our world that was created during our Curse of Strahd campaign. No, Mienania is.
I thought that's where the school was.
No, Mienania was not in.
Oh no, that was the vacation spot.
That was where you guys were headed from the location of the school. The school's located in a place you made up actually called the Indie Isles.
I did not create that.
You did. You called it the West Indies, but I changed it from the West Indies to the Indie Isles. That's 100% canon. I've had that canon for months now. But we're like getting off topic with.
Yeah, we went really off topic.
We did, but this was this encounter. Honestly, like it went about how I would have expected, except for the crazy things. Like this part right here with this blowing up, definitely my favorite part of that whole combat and everything.
Except for, how'd you react when we made Gritzy a companion?
No, I was expecting it. I was literally expecting you guys to do that. That was one of the 2 things I thought would happen. What I didn't expect was that you guys would kill him. When I realized that you liked Gritzy...
You say you guys, like it was all of us.
3 out of 4 of you wanted Gritzy dead.
But I didn't.
You didn't at first, and then in the end you didn't. It's funny, because I really did think you thought Gritzy was a trap. Like, what I really put Gritzy in there for was, first of all, like a first encounter. I want to do a funny voice because I feel like if I do a funny voice at first, it inspires you guys to do stupid voices with your characters. So I threw him in there for that. But I also wanted I knew about the traps inside the next part. You know what? I think we could get right over to there. Let's see. You know, you guys shouldn't see those maps yet, but it's okay. Yeah, so when we go over here, yeah, so you can see like all the stuff. I had to make this map a little bit bigger using these tiles over here. But these traps right over here, if you look really close, you don't even have to. It's pretty obvious. There are these white lines, which are the tripwires, and I knew that they were going to send Gritzy in there, and that they were going to have... Basically, I was going to kill Gritzy right in this hallway. That was the plan, unless you guys, came up with something, because I knew you'd send him in first. But when you guys killed Gritzy before, I was like, oh my god.
We didn't just kill him. We fucking massacred this guy.
You massacred.
I rolled a natural 20, and at point-blank range... lunged my spear through his skull.
Oh, poor Gritzy.
Sending every ounce of blood in his body pouring out of his skull.
Gritzy deserved better.
He did.
But I really thought that he was going to die, like, getting axed to one of these walls. But when that happened, I'm like, oh my god, either Skittles or Mark are going to get completely mauled by these. Because I knew that you guys were going to send one of the two of them in first.
No, we sent Skittles and Rain in.
I don't know, I thought there was a chance that like something crazy would happen with this over here.
What, that like would you guys fall through the pit or something?
Yeah, one of you guys would fall off. You guys are really bad with with edges. If D&D was Rainbow Road, you guys would be fucked. You guys would be completely fucked.
That's true.
But no, and then so you guys got through this. I knew it would be really funny because this I could have made the map bigger.
I hate to pause you. We don't care about the MVP Skittles. He was terrible. The MVP was clearly my character.
The MVP, according to all the polls online, it looks like Mark is winning MVP. I had a hard time picking MVP between you guys. I really did. I just think Mark's epic escape in the end is just it was fantastic. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. So yeah, I hid these cobwebs. They move. So I kind of hid everything myself because I thought it'd be absolutely hilarious. And basically what I did is I made the first two were just right after each other, and then the last one was a little bit hidden. I hid it behind a couple of cobwebs because I wanted you guys to feel safe after the first set of them. I thought that'd be hilarious.
Yeah.
Then you guys get to here, and then I really thought you guys were gonna go south. I even told Tom beforehand, like the south path. I'd say Tom knows like maybe 60% of what I'm gonna do, and then the other 20% are straight up lies, and the other 20% is he's in the dark. But I did tell him like if you guys are running out of time, go south. If we are not, if we're doing okay on time, go north. But Tom kind of gave the discretion to you guys, and you guys just went north.
Yeah.
Even though you wanted to go south, you wouldn't have been necessarily fucked. It just would have been two different boss battles. Because that's what I want to do. I want to make it so that, like, depending on whatever cave you guys went in, honestly speaking, you would have ended up right here.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's not too much of a surprise. But if you did go south, you would have had a very different thing of events. You just would have had one really long boss battle against that guy versus this guy. And anyone who's played a Final Fantasy game recognizes at least what this encounter was. It's in the Final Fantasy series, it's called the Demon Wall. And that's what it does. It advances on you and casts magic on you until it crushes you and kills you. So you guys would have had to essentially dodge it the entire time. But you guys made it, you changed the whole encounter. I had to change everything on the fly because two of you stayed behind. I didn't expect that. I really thought all you guys would be in the room.
I didn't even want Skittles to follow me, and I was just going in solo because I had a master plan all along.
I think you would have died if that happened. I think I would have had to kill you.
I mean, that would have been fine. If I didn't roll low, though, we'll get to that, though.
Yeah.
I'm going ahead.
Because there was this encounter, which was right before that. I think this is where I facepalmed, because Skittles... I think Skittles rolled a 20 with Rain and burned down the fucking trench.
Yeah, he hopped up on his back and just started literally pyroing in a fucking circle and burning everything in his path.
And he destroyed this encounter for me. And like I said, I love when you guys do that. That stuff is hilarious. I'm all for it. So when he did that, I facepalmed a little bit, but in reality, I was pretty happy because that was really funny. And I couldn't believe when that Tom he summoned a rock to block him in, and I guess Tom didn't realize that he only had one HP. Because I thought he did at first, and then he's like, "Wait, he has 1 health." And at that point, Skittles is ready to die, and I'm just like, "Damn, I want to convince him not to, but it's his choice. It's his character." And I kind of love that you guys kind of created this on-the-fly character arc that Skittles and your character were at odds.
Yeah.
Which I thought that was hilarious.
Yeah, that dynamic was built through the entire 3.5 hours.
Yeah, and it was...
From start to finish.
Yeah, honestly, for being a harsh critic of myself with this, I think that the first half of the campaign was not nearly as fun as the second half of the campaign.
Oh, I agree.
I think the second half of the campaign was just when shit hits the
shit hits the fan.
Shit hits
Me
the
and him
fan.
were just battling against each other, just literally pulling pranks on each other just because that's what we do. We just fuck with each other just because that's what our dynamic of our group is.
Yeah, and that definitely scares me about next week, because next week is going to be more of a exposition dump.
Well, me and him have a plan for next week already, so.
Yeah, so I've seen. But next week's going to be a really fun one. Next week's going to be, it's hard to explain. I can't really give anything away about next week because it ruins it.
We don't want spoilers.
Of course, no spoilers, except for the fact that I'm literally going over how I DM'd it, so that kind of gives you an idea in my head, and you could probably figure things out with it. But
we'll just break every encounter. Don't worry.
You usually do.
We usually do.
That's why I'm not even afraid to tell you what's in my head and everything, because all it takes is a roll of a dice with you guys, an inevitable roll of the dice. So you guys kind of just blew through this encounter. You lit it on fire, literally. And then this was really funny. When you guys were in this room, you guys were so scared there was a trap. There was no trap at all.
We made very sure there was no traps in that room.
Well, I'll zoom out. You'll see no graphics.
Yeah.
There was absolutely no trap whatsoever.
Oh, we didn't know that. We literally pulled that room apart looking for traps.
Oh, absolutely you did. And you destroyed the whole floor of it. It technically should have been rough terrain. I should have counted that against you guys when you were running away in the end.
Well, I wasn't running away. I got scot-free. But that's for another time.
Yeah, well then you got to the last encounter, and this was
this was my big brain moment.
Yeah, no, that was you and Tom came up with some crazy plans that I did not think about at all. And oh my god, I did not realize how overpowered.
You forgot that I'm a huge Indiana Jones fan?
That's true. But no, I didn't think that you'd be able to pull that off. I think Tom's idea was brilliant. Your roll was really good though. And I you rolled a 20, didn't you?
I think it was a 19.
A 19? Yeah, I had to give it to you on a 19. Especially, I think I even just explained to you guys that I considered it in between a DC 15 to DC 20 challenge rating. So at that rate, it would have been 18, 19, 20 gets it.
Yeah.
But yeah, you guys had the whole demon wall encounter. That was a lot of fun.
Well, let's talk about my big brain moment that failed first.
Oh,
this was planned. So back when we were fighting the tree ants, nobody noticed, but I told Mike that I carved out a 10-pound block of wood out of one of the tree ants.
Right.
Because I knew that we were going to go steal a crystal, and this was literally, in the back of my head, I knew this was straight ripped out of fucking Indiana Jones, that we're going to go inside this temple, find this crystal that we needed, and as soon as I lifted it up, some bad shit crazy thing would happen. So I went in there thinking that I could just sleight of hand swap out the crystal with a 10-pound block of wood. However, my roll wasn't good enough. I rolled a 3, I think it was.
Yeah, it was. I remember it wasn't a 1. It was low.
It was very low.
It was very low.
And I forgot the block was in my other pocket instead of the pocket I reached for.
And I was afraid because, at that point, I'm thinking, oh, shit, I didn't plan for him to do something like that. Even though, literally, I marketed it as an Indiana Jones campaign. So that's not my fault. I'm a dumb DM. I'll admit that. But, Yeah, no. Then this encounter started, and you and Skittles
me and
alone,
Skittles and Rain. Rain was there too.
and Rain was there too, of course. And that was crazy because you guys were not supposed to be the only ones in there. The whole point of this fight is you've played MMO, so you know what this word means. This was a deeps check.
Yeah.
A DPS check. So you guys had to essentially do enough damage in enough time to win this fight.
Which we wouldn't have been able to.
You would not have been able to.
No.
Not with...
My character had no damage this game. He was all support.
I mean, I was thinking, like, the other two guys on the other side could attack the wall, but I felt like they weren't going to do that. And I think they were trying to run away. Were they? Maybe I'm making that up.
They were kind of confused as what happened. I think, no, what's his face? Tom was trying to bring the wall back up and move it, but he couldn't because it was
Bedrock.
a supernatural wall and not actual.
Yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't let him. Tom had cleverly destroyed, like, so many plans that I had. And I gotta give it to him, especially because I ripped the class online and changed it a little bit. But oh my god, an Earthbender is so OP in a fucking a campaign where you're literally going into a mine.
Wait till you see.
It wasn't even mine; it was a temple. You guys were supposed to go in a mine. When I was telling Tom about this campaign, I'm basically like, okay, so the guys are gonna go on this adventure, and they're gonna go. They gotta go get this artifact. And when they get the artifact, they're going to go in a mine, but the mine is taken over by goblins. And Tom stopped me. He's like, have you ever seen Adventure Zone? That's the McElroy brothers. I'm like, I've watched like the first episode, like half of it. They're freaking hilarious. I know who they are. They're great. He's like, okay, because did you rip that campaign from them? Because apparently that is the exact format of their first campaign. Is that they literally go in a mine infested by goblins, and I had to change it. So I changed it from a mine to a temple. So I had to do a lot of work with that. And it's crazy because you don't realize that, like, I have so many things D&D related that I've had to watch in preparation for this show and Strahd that I'm forgetting which things were which. And, like, I have, like, even for next week, there's a system I came up with, and I thought it was, like, super creative. And then I was just trying to get inspiration because I know URealms Live did a Hogwarts themed campaign, and I'm watching the first episode of it, and I'm like, oh my god, I put that exact system in this campaign, thinking I was clever, and then I'm like, no, they did it first. Damn it. Well, I guess I'm not that unique. I'm not that clever. I'm not that creative.
Nope.
I'm still gonna roll with it too because it's a good system, but. It's like there's so many things in my head that I can't remember which thing's which, and I feel like I'm gonna end up accidentally stealing shit from other campaigns, and I feel terrible about it. But D&D is it's about that. It's like literally that's what you do when you're DMing, and especially with homebrew, is you gotta literally
take influences from other campaigns.
No, like literally, if you go on any DM forum, like that's what they'll basically say. They'll say look for things in fiction that you like, and literally steal it. Just literally steal every single thing about it and just change a couple names and that's it. That's a good thing about D&D is that, no two campaigns are going to be the same. If we did another Curse of Strahd campaign...
It'd be completely different.
It would be completely different. But, yeah, no, like, even if you did this campaign, like, maybe you guys would end up fighting the Demon World. Maybe you'd go for the Trent next time, which was just he had more abilities than these two. Like, he had... I was even talking to one of our future guests, AJ, today, about how, like, I take a lot of inspiration from Final Fantasy XI, because I loved the shit out of that game when I was younger. So, like, I pretty much stole the Trents from them, and I stole their entire moveset, and their moveset, they've got some crazy things. Like, they have the ability to, they have, like, a move called Pinecone Bomb, where they literally put one of the targets to sleep. And I thought that would have been hilarious to just hit you guys with one of those. One of you guys be falling asleep in the middle of combat. We ended up fighting the Demon Wall, and after he killed you two, and after, everything that happened, it wouldn't be fair, because I could have just let your character die.
Yeah.
And it just... I didn't like that. So instead I made it so that the weight of their two characters, and this slope right over here, made the wall just completely fall down with them both attached to it. And I thought that was pretty funny. Because, like, he was trying to betray you in the end.
He was trying to backstab the shit out of me.
Yeah, so I just made
it
it
like,
slide down.
Give me the crystal and I'll escape with rain on it. I'm like, what about me?
And he got a 1, didn't he?
He rolled pretty low.
I don't remember what it was. I think he rolled a 1 and rain load super low. I mean, we'll probably be able to see it soon because we're going to rebroadcast the episode probably tomorrow. But yeah, so then that ended up sliding down, and well, there goes our 2 good friends, Mr. Everyone's like, that I spoke with afterwards, and everyone in chat is like, Rain deserved better. I could have probably let Rain live. But yeah. I felt bad because like Rain was his buddy, and that would have been horrible if Rain lived and then just befriended the person who Umbrella hated.
Yeah.
Because Umbrella was like super disgruntled. Which I feel like you two, both of your characters are going to be like annoying best friends. Like I'm imagining Beavis and Butthead for you two.
For the next campaign?
For next campaign. That's literally what's in my head.
You might be right.
Yeah, I think
I'll have to find out.
I think I'm close. But yeah, then there was the fun little twist, which was this guy coming out. And his
Thasgard or Thasgord?
Thasgar.
Thasgar.
So Thasgar was one of Tom's campaign characters from Curse of Strahd. We did like a prequel to Curse of Strahd, and this was Tom's character. And I didn't originally want to make him a bad guy. I just turned him into one because Tom's character was like the whole thing about his character was that he wanted to be this. It was like a meta level character, and his character kind of knew he was in a D&D campaign, and he wanted to escape the Matrix, so to speak. So what I ended up having is that, you know, the world you guys played Curse of Strahd in, which was called Skagos, he managed to escape that world and would eventually find himself back in it to release the world from Strahd. Not for, you know, the world's sake, not to be good, but because Strahd had an entire organization known as the Foundation, basically trapped in his world. In what in the Curse of Strahd campaign is called the Heart of Sorrow. For your campaign, I turned it into something called the Matriarch Crystal. Another thing I literally ripped from Final Fantasy XI. And basically, like, they were all trapped in that, and I was just waiting because I knew early on that you were there for that campaign when they released Thasgar, Thasgar, all of the Foundation. And I had known all campaign that was going to happen, and I knew it was going to come from either Mark's character, who was essentially a Djinni and a totem hunter, because he had a totem hunter weapon. He basically had like a keyblade. But I said it was a god reincarnated into a weapon, was what I told him. So he had that. It had the power to release them. And then Skittles had the Sun Sword, which was like a really powerful weapon you needed to get in Curse of Strahd. So I knew one of the two of them were going to be dumb and they were going to release him. They were going to listen to Thasgar, even though I made it very clear this guy does not have your interests in mind. And they did it, and it was hilarious because the look of horror on Mark's face when that actually happened was fantastic. And he didn't have a scar. Mark's character gave him the scar. We said that in the campaign.
Yep. He's slashing him, yeah.
I knew I had to bring Thasgar back. I figured he's just so fitting to be the first member of the organization. You can guess where I made them up from. I knew he needed to be the first character you guys meet from the Foundation. And I thought I really enjoyed playing him because he's literally just a sarcastic asshole version of Tom. So he's a really fun character to play. So yeah, I just do Tom's voice and I just be a complete dick to you guys. And I have like these rules on how to play each NPC. Like I have them written down in case I forget. So when he popped up, I knew exactly, like I had literal rules. Like he wasn't, if he found out at any point that Tom's character was a totem, he was going to try to capture him. His goal, I shouldn't say his goal because he didn't know it was my goal, but my goal with him in this campaign was I wanted him to turn Tom's character into a weapon, because that's how you become a totem hunter.
Yeah.
You literally enslave a totem and turn them into a weapon. You get their power. And him and you both escaped. You escaped with the crystal, with the artifact you're trying to get. So it was just fantastic because he ended up completing his goal at the end of the day, but he lost the crystal, which I didn't even think would happen, honestly.
Yeah.
So he ended up getting the weapon. He just didn't get Tom as the weapon. He stole Mark's weapon instead, which was Exodia. That was the name of the totem that he created, which is now canon. So now Thasgar has complete control over Exodia. And before we even get to that, like that was my favorite thing about this campaign was Mark's great escape. Because he was running.
Honestly,
like
me and Tom's escape was better. I feel like his escape was epic at first, but then just drawn out way too long.
It had to be drawn out. He was rolling so well. He was rolling so well, and I knew the moment he basically when it was clear that Thasgar is not really going to be beatable. And Mark made it all the way back here. And he realized at that point that this wall is too small for him to get through. So he tried to go this way. I thought he was going to try to fit through the wall anyway. That would have been fantastic. Because then I would have made him roll with disadvantage. And that was one of the things. He rolled like a 20 on stealing Thasgar's eye patch.
Yep.
So I gave Thasgar disadvantage. And I don't really, honestly, I really don't fudge rolls. The only time I'll really fudge rolls is sometimes in combat. If combat's going too fast or too slow, I might fudge a roll or two. There's only one roll I fudged that I could remember, like, this whole campaign. And that was the initiative roll for the first combat. Because they rolled, literally, I remember this, a 17, an 18, and a 19. And I was like, all right, we're going to turn one of those numbers into like a 3 or something like that. And that was the archers that I changed their roll. But, yeah, so Mark got to here. And he didn't go down this path like I thought he would. He went down here, and I
told him to go south.
All I could think is, oh my god, Mark is going to get to the other side. He's going to realize this is giant Trent over here, and he's going to die. But he got there. He set the whole room on fire. He runs back. At that point, I knew Thasgar's going to find him, and Thasgar was going to kill him. But then Mark cut a deal with Thasgar, saying that he'll join the organization. The Foundation. Whoops! Don't sue me, Square Enix. He said he would join the Foundation, and then he tried to betray him. And once he tried to betray Thasgar, it's been established that Thasgar is the kind of character who would not take kindly to that.
Nope.
So he killed him. It was really the only option. Yeah. He had to do that, and I knew it would be sick if he just went inside, burst into his chest, and just summoned his weapon. And that's it. That's how he got Mark's weapon. So now Thasgar is even stronger than he was before this campaign. But he was throwing out there that he's going to get in trouble because he lost the crystal, which is crazy because you guys weren't supposed to get that.
No, good thing I took that rope.
Yeah, but it was all in all, I think it was a really fun first campaign. I think it took a little bit for us to get into our groove, which is why I really can't wait till the main campaign, because then. At that point, the character's already established. You don't have to really introduce anything. It's just, you jump right in and you get the hang of it pretty fast.
Yep.
But no, that was our first campaign. I think it was, trying to think, what did you not like about it? What was your biggest complaint about this campaign? Because I like to be a harsh critic to myself so that I get better. Any complaints I personally have, I feel like they all come from the beginning. Beginning was too slow, too unestablished.
Yeah, the fight scene in the beginning lasted way too long. I feel like it lasted 10 turns long, and it was just but I get why there was a lot of goblins.
Yeah, you guys actually hit 5 turns. It was crazy because you guys were missing a lot more than I thought. Because I calculate the math to figure out these encounters, and most of you guys had really low chances of missing. And I think you were the most accurate character besides Rain. I think,
which is funny because my character doesn't do any damage.
Your character does not do any damage at all.
Yeah.
And then you underutilized Divine Intervention a little bit. I think especially because of everything. Because Mark's character,
I never used it until the end when Skittles tried to backstab me.
I think you used it once in the beginning too.
No, only at the end. It was the only time I used it.
Oh, fair enough. But, I forgot these guys escaped. I thought you guys killed all of them.
No, they ran away.
I think I had them escape because you guys were taking
They saw us brutally murder people and was like, yeah, we're out.
Combat does last a lot shorter now that we're doing, these one-offs. When we were doing Curse of Strahd, it would last hours.
Yeah.
But that's because we had so many characters. I know for some people they might be a little confused if they've ever played D&D, but one of the things we changed with combat was we tied dexterity into its own stat that affects your attack roll, and then strength affects your damage roll. And, the system, again, inspired by Final Fantasy XI, you'll notice that's a trend. But no, I did that because a lot of people will just literally dump points in dexterity or strength, or they'll just pick one stat and dump everything into that.
Yeah.
I didn't like that. And I also, there's like more of a progression system. Like the system that I've created here, it works more for when you guys are, are going to have actual progression with your characters. Your character's going to level up. They'll be in the next campaign. They'll be in the next episode. The way that I have it now, it doesn't work as well with a one-off as I would have thought. But it's like that in your favor. And I think that's fine. Because I'll let you guys be strong characters, and then I'll screw you guys over when you get to the main campaign. That'll be fun.
I don't know. I have a really OP character made up already.
For the main campaign?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited for it.
I'll tell you off stream.
Well, speaking of off stream, I think we really covered most of the stuff over here. But just a couple of quick things, just so everybody knows like the format of the show and what we're gonna do. I want to try to do one of these maybe every week, and we'll probably have different guests each time. Maybe you'll be here, maybe I'll do it alone. Just nice little reflection time. But yeah, basically, we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a main campaign after the first 4 campaigns. The first 4 is kind of just to establish us. We have a lot of plans with this channel, with like how we want to grow it and what we want to do with it. And I don't really want to talk about it yet because, just in case everything doesn't work out, I don't want to be like I told you so. I just want to not jinx it and just see where it goes. Because we really do enjoy doing this. We were all talking. I think I spoke with you guys especially last night. Last night we were talking about this whole campaign for like an hour. Even after the campaign, we were all sitting around for about an hour talking about it. We had a lot of views. Oh my God. Like, we won't talk about the numbers, but I was just blown away. I think it was at least quadruple what I thought it would have been.
Yeah.
And I was being optimistic in what I thought it would be originally. Really, you guys are amazing. Thank you so much for supporting us. We're really excited. We'll be back next week for a little bit more reflection time. Hopefully a more formatted show. We're still getting the hang of it, but we want to keep doing this. But, unless you have anything else really to say.
No, that's it.
Cool. Well, thank you guys again. You're the best, and we will see you Sunday for our character creation for... I can't say the name of the next campaign, but...
Wizard campaign.
The Wizard campaign. Yeah, the Hogwarts one. Harry Potter and the Deus of X metagame. We're also going to be restreaming the episode tomorrow as well. So stay tuned for that. And we'll probably be able to find a way to upload it on YouTube eventually. But yeah, thank you guys.
Yep.
Later.
Peace.